بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. أحييكم بتحية الإسلام. I am Ayman Muhammad Bakr. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video, we will be looking at how governments fight inflation and how Islamic economics should respond to this phenomenon. But before we dive further, let's first look at certain key concepts. Oh, and if you like it, don't forget to share and like it. Inflation is the rise at which prices of goods and services are rising and purchasing power of the currency is falling. You can see how inflation changed the price of a cup of coffee over time. There are three types of causes of inflation. First is the demand pull inflation. When demand for goods and services exceeds production, prices of these goods and services increase. The gap created, depicted by a shift of the demand curve to the right, causes the price to go up. Additionally, an increase in money supply, for example by printing more paper money, induces people to spend more, leading to increase in prices and thus inflation. And the money sees a reduction in its purchasing power. Second is the cost push inflation. When the cost of production process or cost of raw and component materials increase, the cost of goods and services increase as well. When the cost of cheese, being a fundamental component of many food products, when the cost of this increases, people see a rise in prices in food like pizzas, burgers, sandwiches, and many other cuisines. The third cause is a built-in inflation. As goods and services prices rise, labor expect, even demand for, an increase in their wages to maintain their cost of living. The increased wages lead to higher prices of goods and services. This wage price spiral continues as each one induces the other. The issue of inflation exactly resembles the case of inflating a balloon. There is a stream of input, which is air, continuously entering the balloon. As there is no output, the balloon keeps growing. If you want to stop the inflation of the balloon, you need to prevent more air going in. Understanding that money supply exceeds the production capacity is the cause of inflation makes economists want to control supply of money in the market. In conventional economics, central banks use monetary policies to control inflation. If inflation is higher than a certain level, central banks will increase interest rates. If interest rates are increased, borrowing will be less attractive and investments in banks will be more appealing. This has the effect of mobilizing the money supply from the market to the banks as more borrowers abandon requesting loans and investors rush to deposit their money in the banks. Islamic economics, in principle, should not use interest rates since it is impermissible. Let's look at a possible way of fighting inflation. Government spending is a component of the aggregate demand of the economy. Another way to control inflation is by realizing its demand pull cause. Another way to control inflation is to have cuts in government spending, which will reduce the aggregate demand. Let's have another look at the aggregate demand supply curve. Government cuts in spending will have the effect of shifting the aggregate demand to the left and hence reducing prices. Another way Islamic economists can reduce money supply from the market is by offering Islamic sukuk to people. Islamic sukuk are like bonds, however they have an underlying real asset that they operate upon. So this avoids providing interest over debt. People will invest their money in these Islamic sukuk and money is mobilized away from the market. And as you can guess, this has the effect to reduce prices and decrease inflation. However, these solutions are reactive in nature. We are just fighting inflation by reducing money supply. I believe and I claim that a more proactive approach to controlling inflation is by changing the economic structure such that we give up overproduction, we effectively reactivate all facets of philanthropy in Islam, and we reaccept social solidarity, whereby we seek the satisfaction of Allah, نبتغي وجه الله. I hope this was informative and you liked it. If you would like to add something, then please do so in the comments below. Don't forget to share it. See you in another video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.